What's up, heretics? Welcome back to Heretical Hobby. For you guys that are new here, my name is Jay. Today I want to introduce you to the next character in my custom homebrew renegade chapter of Space Marines, the Acid Hounds. His name is Tempest. Enjoy.
Tempest remembers little of life before the camp. He was captured at a young age by a vicious tribe of cannibals living out in the ash waste, known as the Bloodmouths. In the camp, a twisted arena designed for pleasure and entertainment, an arena of blood. From the day he was captured, Tempest has been forced to commit horrible acts of violence to survive, forced to fight, forced to kill. The alternative being the cannibals' next meal. The Bloodmouths were believed that making their prey fight to survive cultivated elite warriors, and when consumed, they would inherit their strength and ability. A sick and twisted perception. When thrown into his first fight in the arena, Tempest knew he had no choice. It was kill or be killed. At his feet, a dingy blade, dulled, covered in rust and ash, barely catching the light from the sun. There was only one option: fight. His introduction to the arena was visceral, violent. Nothing glorious or honorable. Just him against 10 other young kids, all trying to avoid a gruesome end. He knew there was no room for reluctance, no second-guessing decisions, and no hesitation. Tempest picked up the blade, surprised how well it fit in his small grip. He took a split moment to get a feel for the weight and the balance. It felt natural in his hand, like the blade had found its home after being lost. He looked at the other children with an impassive stare, sizing up their ability, their fear, and their reluctance. As he surveyed the battleground, formulating strategy, he felt nothing. No anger, no fear, no sympathy, only the necessity to survive. He did not see scared children or threats. He saw obstacles, barriers that would prevent him from waking another day. Once the field was assessed, he began targeting the most unwilling first and moving his way up to the more aggressive opponents, one by one, eviscerating them. Blood, piss, and organs rained down, staining the ash-covered ground, painting a picture of brutality and murder in the sand. The cannibals erupted into savage cheers, their bloodlust peaking, amazed at the spectacle young Tempest was creating. How could a child so small and frail create such carnage? They were intrigued by the question. They knew he would make them strong, that he was special, and that he would be a feast to remember. The savage cannibals salivated at the idea of consuming such an incredible specimen. Tempest continued to fight and continued to win, never falling on the field, always denying the Bloodmouths of their prize meat. They began to hope that he would lose. They wanted their feast to feast, but that day never came. Tempest continued to grow with every kill, not once showing an inkling of emotion, blank, empty. Only one desire burned inside Tempest's soul, the desire to survive. It fueled him, it propelled him, it carried him, one opponent, victim at a time. Annoyed and fascinated by how strong Tempest had become, the tribe started throwing him into the ring with beast, mutants, captured Xeno, anything they could throw at him. They wanted him to lose so they could have their glorious feast that they were continuously denied. He slayed all, never once showing fear. Tempest grew in strength. Every swing of his blade increased his muscle mass. Every parry and dodge made his reflexes faster. Every kill fueling his desire. Tempest formed a sacred bond with his sword. He knew as long as he held one that he would survive. He knew he would be safe. This continued for years until one day a large group of boys appeared on the horizon. The blood mouse readied themselves for battle, thinking this would be an easy conquest, that their food reserves as well as their bellies were about to be a little fuller by the time the sun set on the waste. They couldn't have been more wrong. Tempest watched in awe as the cannibal started falling, showing his first expression in years: excitement. He squinted intently at the sun-filled horizon as the boys decimated the members of the tribe with great ease and extreme prejudice, showing no mercy for the evil that ripped him from what he thinks was a happy life so many years ago. They shot and they stabbed and they beat every cannibal until only a few drew breath. Once their beautiful display of carnage was complete, a boy began to walk towards Tempest's cage, the sun to his back, face hidden in shadow. Upon arriving at his prison, the shadow-cloaked boy pulled a pistol from his belt, then aimed at Tempest and looked deep in his eyes. Remaining silent, he looked deeper than any had ever looked at Tempest, peering into his soul, searching his darkest secrets, finding his truth. The boy gave a slight smirk and quickly changed targets to the lock that had held Tempest captive for so many years. Boom. One lonely shot echoed through the ash dunes and Tempest was free. A hand reached out from the shadowy figure and a single sentence was uttered. "What would you do with freedom?" Tempest looked upon the boy in awe and without any hesitation replied, "Serve." In an instant the shadow left the boy's face, revealing a blood-stained grin. He said to Tempest, "I am Roark. Welcome to the Lost." An unspoken pact was formed that day between Roark and Tempest. Tempest would serve Roark with unwavering loyalty, following him into the deepest, darkest fringes of the void if necessary. Helping Tempest from his cage and removing his chains, Roark ordered all the remaining blood mouths still drawing breath to be thrown into the arena. Tempest glared at their horrified faces. He hated them. The frightened cannibals grouped in terror as the Lost surrounded the arena. Tempest felt something press against his chest. A blade. A devious smile struck his face. As he took the blade from Roark's grip, he yelled out, "Give them weapons." Swords, spears, and axes rained down on the reluctant cannibals. Tempest jumped down into the arena and went to work, taking his time, enjoying the process, savoring the kill. Some attempted to fight, some ran, some just cowered in terror. It was a masterpiece of violence. Every thrust and swing of the sword turning the arena into a wonder of revenge. The Lost erupted into cheers and encouragement. The cannibals screamed in horror at the monster they had created. Roark observed upon the fascinating spectacle in awe. He had never seen anything like it. It was mesmerizing. Tempest emerged from the arena that day, no longer a slave, no longer cultivated food, but Roark's executioner, his champion, his protector, and his loyal friend. The Lost freed the other slaves, Roark recruiting only the young orphan males and sending the rest to find their way into the waste. As they left the Bloodmouth's territory, Tempest burned every inch of their existence to the ground, leaving nothing but ash and blood behind. Not once looking back, not even a single glance as he took his first steps towards his new life, a better life, a free life dedicated to serving his savior. He was Roark's sword, and he was happy.
Alright, heretics, here he is, all finished up, my custom kit bash chapter champion, Tempest. Extremely happy with the way the build came out. The main thing that I wanted to portray with Tempest is that he's a master of bladed weapons, and I definitely feel like that has been accomplished. If you guys enjoyed the video and you want to see more content like this, please hit the like button, and if you have any questions regarding the lore or the build process or kit bashing in general, go ahead and drop those in the comment section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the next character for the Acid Hounds, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.